I'm Jack HIckey from the Growth Center. In this series on goal setting, we've already done some important tasks, okay? You should right now have a clear, well-defined goal for the year. Where do you want to be at the end of the year? 2, you should have looked at that and made a list of the things that you need in order to make that happen. Do you need more education? Do you need more money? Do you need to be in a different location? What are the things that you need in order to make that happen? Today, we are going to break that down into some smaller pieces so that we can start putting together an action plan and working. Now, I know that this whole process is taking a while. When you learn the process of goal setting, you'll be able to in a sense, chunk this, move it all into one sweep, do it all in a day, or in less than that, depending on how much time you want to invest in it. Think about it in terms like when you learned how to drive a car. You got into the car, you knew to turn on the key, you had to adjust the mirror, you had to look to see on each side if anybody was there, put it into gear, touch the gas. Everything you did was step by step by step. After you've driven for a while, you've learned to chunk the process. You get into that car and you don't even think about all those things. You just do them. It's done in just a moment's time. Everything, and you're on your way. Same thing is true with goal setting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some action now. And I told you at the beginning, this takes work. There's an old Irish proverb that says that you can't plow a field by turning it over in your mind. Goal setting is never a case of writing your goal down on a piece of paper, throwing it in a drawer, and at the end of the year expecting that to happen. It takes work, and you're going to have to put forth the effort. But it's worth it. Brian Tracy said that people who do not have written goals are going to be subject to fulfill the goals of those who do. So you have to remember that if you want to be able to achieve your goals, not someone else's goals, you're going to have to do the work in order to do that. So let's look at these 7 areas. Now, these 7 areas are categories. They are not goals in themselves. Each one you're going to set no more than 3 goals under each category. People who, when they get into goal setting, will set 50 goals. You're not going to achieve 50 goals. Only set 3 reasonable goals, and then we'll talk about what happens when you actually fulfill those goals, and you will in the process before the year is out, what the next steps are, but we'll talk about that in a later session. Also remember that every goal you set has to move you towards that ultimate goal that you first wrote. Keep that in front of you at all times. Every time you set a goal, look at that goal, look at what you want to achieve and say, is this taking me there? If it is not, even if it's good, if it's not taking you there, put it aside. You can do it at another time. The important thing is to move you towards that goal. So those are 2 very important things to remember. Let's look at the 7, okay? First of all is personal development goals. Personal development goals are how do you want to develop as a person? What do you want to learn? Do you want to learn a new language? Do you want to take a class? If you're looking at that long-term goal, is there something that you need to do in yourself in order to achieve that? Do you want to read some specific books along the way? These are the development goals, and it is vital that you invest in yourself and that you develop yourself in order that you can achieve the things that you want. Number 2 are spiritual goals. We all have to have spiritual goals. Our relationship with God is the most important relationship that we have. And as a believer in Christ, I believe that God has determined what my destiny, what my purpose is. That isn't a negative thing. That's a very positive thing, because He's also given me the desire that that's what I want to do. That's how I want to fulfill my life. And so I can't know that unless I know Him. So my spiritual goals are specific courses of study that you're going to want to take, developing that relationship with God. What do you need to do in order to develop spiritually. Number 3 are vocational goals. And I know we're going through these quickly, but we'll break them down more later. Vocational goals are your work goals. What do you want to do for work? Do you want a promotion? Do you need to change jobs? Do you need to get a job? What are the vocational? What is it that you want to do? Where is it that you're going in your career? How can you develop and make yourself better at the things that you do? Number 4 is your financial goals. And financial goals are very, very important. Don't just say, well, I want to make enough money that I'm comfortable. That's too abstract. What makes one person comfortable may not make another person comfortable. You have to be specific. And studies have shown the people who are the most specific in what they want to earn are the people who end up getting what they want to earn. So look at the life that you want to lead, the things that you're going to need. Do you want to make $100,000 a year, $150,000, $200,000 a year? What is it that you want to achieve financially? Do you want to pay off your bills in a year? And we'll talk about steps in order that we can do those things. Those are all your financial goals, but financial goals must be specific. So remember, you want to be specific. Also, they need to be reasonable. Don't decide that you're going to write down that in a year you're going to make $7 million. Unless you know that you have something that's going to bring in that kind of cash, don't do that. And never, ever, ever, ever base your financial destiny on the lottery or chance. That is most likely not going to happen, and it never fulfills anything. You have to remember that the best way to establish wealth in your life is to earn it. And so how are you going to do that? All right, number 5 are your family goals. How do you want to develop your family? These are relationship goals. There are people who don't have a spouse or children, and you still have family goals. You know, the people in your life that you're the closest to, how do you want to develop those relationships? How do you want to improve that? What can you do together and for them that you can really move forward in those family goals? Number 6 are your health goals. Health goals are key. How are you going to make yourself healthier? Tony Robbins says that you don't want to run out of gas as you're climbing the hill of success. You know, you don't want your body to fall apart while you're working hard in order to succeed. Take care of yourself. Now again, just like financial goals, health goals can become very unreasonable for some people. You get somebody who is 150 pounds overweight, has not exercised in 15 years, and all of a sudden they write a goal that they're going to lose 80 pounds in 2 months, and they're going to exercise 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. Ain't going to happen. At least be reasonable with yourself. Understand what can you achieve, excuse me, and work towards those things. Finally, number 7 are fun goals. Fun goals are things that you're going to do just for fun. It's important to have fun. It's important to have those goals that really aren't driving you in any particular direction. They're just there for fun. Do you want to take a trip, see another country, spend time with friends, go on a cruise, whatever it is that you want to do? Have a fun goal. Have 3 fun goals. 3 things that you want to do just because you want to do them. And those are good, fun goals. Now, what I want you to do is, and you're going to have to maybe watch this a second time in order to write those down, but take each of those 7 categories. Under each of those, I want you to place 3 specific goals. 3 things that you specifically want to achieve under that category. Next time, we're going to work on those action plans to see that they happen and how you put an action plan together. But right now, what your assignment is to take those 7 areas of goal setting. Remember, they're personal development, spiritual development, vocational development, financial goals, family goals, health goals, and fun goals. And those are the things that you want to set 3 specific goals under that you're going to move forward and achieve. Remember, this is your opportunity. This is your chance to make those goals that you've been setting for years finally come to be. But the only person who can make that happen is you. I can't do it for you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to invest the time and the energy in order to see that it gets done. And I truly do believe that you can do it.